I think it's important that we recognize that so much of the crime we see around us is due to both lack of income via poverty and also the effects of high inequality on social cohesion, and also the impacts of stress from unstable income. Like a lot of crime comes out of those things that are directly a result of not having a basic income. And we've seen too from experiments that crime definitely reduces. Again, in the Namibia pilot, crime dropped by over 42%, and we actually see in the Canadian pilot that actually happened in the 70s, crime dropped by 15%, and it can even drop each time temporarily after the dividends go out in Alaska, because it's just once a year, so that makes sense as well. And so, yeah, there are definite impacts on crime, and therefore definite savings from reduced crime as a result of adopting a basic income. And when it comes to, like, it's ridiculous how high the rates are of recidivism, where people exit prison and then go back into it. And part of it, of course, is this how we treat people who exit prison, as far as, they can essentially be locked out of the economy. They can try for a job and they check the box that says that they were in prison and they don't get the job. So when that happens, that you don't have any choice, because again, we withhold food and housing, resources you need to survive, unless you do what people want. But at the same time, when it comes to people who've exited prison, we also say, no, you don't get the job. So they just have to resort to crime. And that's one of the reasons why recidivism rates are so ridiculously high. And basic income would definitely reduce that. And yeah, I'm really excited about the spread of the pilots for testing this on youth exiting the foster system, where it started in Santa Clara County in California, and with some youth there, and it expanded to be statewide. And some of the other cities have pursued that approach too. And those approaches even just started up in Wales. Wales will also be testing this. And so I think that there's a lot of opportunity there to show just how positive of impact that basic income has, especially on that group that traditionally has much worse outcomes exiting the foster care system. And expect that besides reduced crime, we'll see a lot other positive things as well, as far as increased entrepreneurship and increased incomes overall, better employment. And I think that hopefully even we could start something at a federal level after seeing that, and that could actually be a step toward basic income nationally as well through that group.
I would also like to add that in Alaska, we've pinned several tweets to the top, and you can see in Alaska, the UBI does not increase unemployment. But what's interesting also is that Alaska was consistently in the top 2 states, with Utah,